Shalom, family.
Shalom.
We're going to thank you for joining our marriage series. This one is titled Coming Down from Cloud 9.
Mm-hmm.
And just to give you an example of what we mean by it, a lot of times when couples get married, they're so excited about the wedding and the honeymoon and all of that, and they really hadn't had a chance to actually think about how things are going to go over the next few years. They haven't planned much, and they're just really excited about coming together,
Mm-hmm.
not realizing what could be in store for them in the future.
Even when they do make some plans or talk about some things, because a big part of marriage is to do that.
Yes.
Unless you're getting married the Hebrew Israelite way, where you just go pick a wife and whatever. We want people to enter into marriage realistically.
Yes.
Okay, to think that things are the same way they were thousands of years ago, to where you could literally just get married and just go right into it in a righteous setting is different.
Yeah, it is.
I would strongly suggest anyone who's getting married, especially if you're going to do it in our cultural way, that you need to give it some time. Whether you're a brother or a sister, give it some time, get to know this person. Make some plans. There's nothing wrong with planning things out, because after the honeymoon is over, you have to come down from cloud 9, and when you float down and your feet land on the ground, how are you going to pay your bills? Are you going to have children? How much is it going to cost to live? How much is it going to cost to survive?
Yes.
And not just those things.
Are you going to homeschool?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of things you got to think about.
Are you going to get along with your spouse?
Yeah.
How do you resolve conflicts? It's a number of different things that a lot of people just don't think about when they are entering into marriage. Now, some people do. Like I said, there are people who actually plan all of this stuff out, which is great. But some people just jump right in just so they can say, I have a husband or I have a wife.
Yes.
And when you go into marriage like that with no plans, no type of forethought of anything, then you're setting yourself up for failure.
That's right. It's a shame. I was looking at some statistics before, especially in the black community, and they were saying how a good percentage of marriages actually end within the first year.
Mm-hmm.
Man, within the first year.
Mm-hmm.
That means they just wasn't prepared, and whatever it was, they thought they knew the person they were with, and then after 6 months down the line, they're looking in the mirror like, who in the world did I marry?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you have to take time to get to know the person before you say I do.
Mm-hmm.
But now that you've said I do, you gotta be realistic in your goals, realistic in what you want out of life. And one thing that I've learned, and just since when me and my wife first got married, is that the financial problems were over the top, and they cause a lot of stress. So you really got to plan things out financially. I actually thought that when we got married, she had a job, was making decent money. I had a job making decent money. And we figured that once we came together married, that wow, it's going to be a lot better for us. And I don't know what happened.
Yeah, that's not always the case. And when you don't plan for those things, you get disappointed.
Yes.
There's other things to look at too. Okay, there's always the financial. That's one of the major attacks that a lot of marriages experience. Not all, but many do. But other things that you have to look at is as you age, as you get older.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You got to come down from cloud 9. Some men are so visual to where they can't take anything. A woman has to look perfect every single day, or he just can't take it.
That's right.
You see, if you're on cloud 9 to where your woman has to look like she's walking up the catwalk all the time, or that she's on a magazine cover all the time, then that is not realistic. It's not even a realistic goal.
Yeah.
You're going to have to deal with each other's flaws.
That's right.
Funny looking feet. I mean, all kinds of things you're going to have to deal with. And when you're so focused on cloud nine and you don't even consider any of these things, that this person may have a bad day. Sometimes they want some time to themselves, and you know, just various things that a lot of people don't consider. Talking to each other, working things out. Those are some of those things that you experience when you come off of cloud nine. I mean, I'm having some issues. Can we talk?
Yeah, can we talk?
I feel like talking.
Yeah.
You know.
Of course.
And are you one of those who don't really like to talk, whether you're a man or a woman?
Yeah, it's a lot of that stuff got to be considered. You know, you have one thing I learned too. You have to have a mindset to. Your mind got to be set to the point where you're saying, "Look here, I'm with this person for life." You know what I'm saying? I am with this person for life. So, whatever it is that tomorrow holds, or the day after, what's coming for us, hey, we're going to get through this thing together.
Yes.
You know, we're going to get through it. If whatever, no matter what it is, if it's financial, physical, mental, no matter what it is. See, we make this statement. You know, a lot of us, we say, we get married and say, "To death do us part," right?
Or for better or worse.
Or for better or worse, and that ain't the case. You're saying yes for better or worse. So you know what that means? That means what if your spouse become handicapped or some kind of way, or they can't get around anymore, right? So you out the door then, huh? You gotta think about everything. How much do you really love this person that you're with? You know, do you love this person to go through anything together? I gotta tell you, I love this woman right here. I'll go through. Me and her gotta go through whatever it is. We gonna go through it together.
Absolutely.
You understand me?
Absolutely.
We'll go through it together, and we gonna come out together. We gonna come out victorious. That's my mindset. There is nothing that can keep us apart. And so that's the mindset we're supposed to have. Why? Think about the scriptures, right? The Mashiach and his bride.
And his bride.
What did he say in the scriptures? Nothing can separate us
from the love of Yah.
From the love of Yah. So that's how we supposed to be in our relationship. Nothing can separate me from her love. You see? So then the first time that she may wake up cranky, or I may wake up cranky, or who knows, maybe it's you know, women have this time of month thing that happens, right? You remember what's the movie when the young lady said cramps?
She having cramps.
Yeah, she's going.
I'm going to get you something.
Yeah, I mean, some women really go through some serious issues during that time of month, and so that brother got to understand. Okay, you've been married a month, and now her time came. You never saw her on her time of month, and now that time comes, and now she's very irritable and don't want to be bothered. Now you're like, well, I don't know what's going on with her. It's called monthly cycle, guy. Okay, I understand it's not a big deal, but sometimes when we don't know what to expect, and we haven't gotten our mindset. Hey, I'm gonna go through whatever it is. I'm going through it with my wife. We're gonna get through this thing. This happened, that happened. You know, you got to be willing to go through the storm if you have to.
That's why we did that first one called Friends First.
Yes.
When you enter into marriage and you're not friends, that can become a problem.
Yes.
You can't just marry a pretty face or a shapely body or a handsome fella.
That's right.
There's more to marriage than all of that, because if you're not friends first, then any little wind that blows can just blow you right up. You see, you have to be friends first. And when you are friends, when you come down off of cloud nine, you enter right back into that friendship that you had before you got married. And the thing that worries me about a lot of so-called Hebrew Israelite marriages is that I've heard taunting of that type of marriage. I've heard them, well, that's not how our ancestors did things, and that's not how that happened and this happened, almost to justify a loveless union. Yeah. It's almost like they're justifying, there's nothing that says I have to really feel this way about my wife, when that's not true. The scripture says that a man is supposed to be good to his wife and love his wife as HaMashiach loves his assembly. you see.
Yeah.
And when you think that a brutish nature is the way you're supposed to be as a husband, this is why a lot of those marriages just bounce constantly. You know, this month you got a whole different wife or a whole different husband than what you had before. And that is not how the Most High intended things to be. And I'm only addressing the so-called Hebrew Israelite way because those are the majority of the questions that we get. Most of the people that have been married before they came into this, whether they were Christian or just regular citizens of a religion, most of them were married to where they got paper, you know, things of that nature. So they don't necessarily have the same scenarios that you do with those who are seeking marital advice as a so-called Hebrew Israelite.
Right.
Those are the ones where you have to be very careful. Yeah. And I know a lot of you aren't going to like me saying that, but we've seen a lot of sisters burn where the brother says we're going to do it the Hebrew Israelite way, you know, in which we don't believe that we were called Hebrew Israelites. I'm only stating that because that's what some of you all have come to call yourselves. A lot of people have gotten married that way, but when the cloud nine is over and there was no friendship, we've seen a lot of brothers just walk away, even when there are children involved. And because the woman, we're in the land of our captivity, and because she didn't have anything in writing, she can't even go and get any type of support whatsoever. Maybe child support, but any type of wife support or alimony, she can't get it, you see. And so it's very important that you think these things out, family. Think about what happens when you come down off of cloud nine. A lot of people, they get married and they can't wait for the honeymoon night. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're going to have a good time, you know? And after all of that's over and you get back on the plane or your train ride or you're driving, in our case, we took the train to Toronto, Canada. So we got the train back home. When you are finished with all of that, what now?
What now? Now it's time to live together for the rest of your life. Are you prepared to do that for the rest of your life? You know, so, you know, just like, you know, we're friends forever. Forever. Ever.
You
will never get rid of me. I'm here forever. You know,
he's being funny now. But that's right.
But seriously though, you know, it's I've seen so many women, man, get burned. I've even talked to brothers who will sit there and tell me, well, you know, I really did love her and everything, you know, but you know, there was some things she didn't disclose with me and all this, so I'm gonna just really just end it. I'm like, what? Because she didn't tell you something about her past life or something?
Did you tell her everything about yours?
You know, and so you sit there and you say to yourself, like, man, no love. That's because there's no real love. It's all about, hey, this is a woman. I needed a wife. I was feeling, you know, like the scripture says, it's better to marry than to burn. So I decided, hey, let's go home and get married. And I done did it. And now that I'm not burning anymore. I done satisfied my lust. And now, hey, sorry, you know, I thought I could make it work, but, you know, I'm out of here.
I'm tired of her. She just,
it's a lot of that going on.
I don't like the way she cook. I don't like the way she look. You know, just every excuse, you see. And so it's one of those Yah have mercy things because what we see right now, it is so discouraging. It is very discouraging to hear. And I don't really want to deal with any specific question that has been sent to us because so many of them overlap. Okay, and because a lot of them are sent to me, it is sisters who are going through problems in their marriage. So what I would like to do is just focus on topics. Don't really deal with a specific email. Okay, but if you hear me talking about your particular issue, then you can just kind of glean from that and realize too that there are sisters who are going through similar things, you know.
Yes.
And one of the main things being, excuse me, that some of them are, he don't talk to me anymore, he doesn't deal with me anymore. One of the sad things is spouses living in or sleeping in separate bedrooms. I mean, all kinds of things going on. And this is not the way it was intended to be. I mean, it's different if you are one of those who have more than one wife, if that is your cup of tea and how you do things. And okay, it's different then. Okay, this night you're in this sister's room, and that night you're in another. And I know some of y'all don't even like that kind of talk. And trust me, I understand it, because the way things are being done is not even like it was done in ancient times.
Right.
It's very rare that you see a plural marriage that is done biblically.
Yeah.
We have nothing that we can say to condemn it.
Right.
Okay, but what we can say is when you're doing it wrong, it is not pleasing to the Most High.
And it stands out like a sore thumb.
Yes, it's,
You know, I see brothers. Let me tell you something. I guess they think that Sarah and Abraham really didn't love each other, or maybe Rachel and who was it? Rachel and
Jacob.
Didn't love each other. You know, Rebecca and Isaac. They I mean, sometimes you ask yourself, I wonder what they think. That, you know, because some brothers think that the wife's supposed to follow behind them, about the car length behind them. As they walk in the store, she's following them behind in the distance. You know, and I've heard this. These are things I've heard. Mm-hmm. You see, and some brothers think that, well, where does it say I'm supposed to have real affection and love toward you? You are my wife. You do as I say. You get in that kitchen. You cook that food, and you take care of these babies, and that's it. I don't have to talk with you. I don't have to be your friend. I don't have to look you in your eyes. Okay? All right? Just
Yes,
obey me. Do what I say. That's it.
Yes, sir.
I mean, when you think about that, it's like, man, look at the scriptures. Look at Sarah and Rachel, and Jacob loved Rachel so much until Jacob went 14 years before he could even be married to her. Mm-hmm. He wanted to be with her so badly. Now, you know he wasn't treating her badly in any kind of way, you know? And so you're supposed to have a loving relationship with your wife. All this thing about, well, I'm going in the door, closing my door, I don't want to say nothing to you, don't say nothing to me, you know, I'm out, and that's it. It's just, that just ain't how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be real love in that relationship. Real love, you know? But
one thing I wanted to say too, many times when we do get questions concerning marriage or concerns, or, you know, some of you just want to vent, you just want someone to talk to, and I understand that. I certainly understand it. When we get those things, we want you to understand that there is absolutely nothing we can do to help fix your marriage. All we can state is that if you pray and do things a certain way and seek the Most High and lay this before Him, provided that the marriage was put together by Him in the first place.
yes,
Because we did cover that in one of our previous videos, where not every marriage was put together by Yah. This is why the scripture says, whom Yah have joined together, let no man put asunder.
yes.
This lets you know that not every marriage was put together by the Most High.
That's right.
So many of you are hoping that we can say something that will help get your marriage back together. But what you have to understand is it has to be a two-way effort.
Yeah.
Both the husband and wife have to desire this. But when you're in a situation where it's the wife who wants to fix things, but the husband is like, I can care less. I don't want to say that is a done deal. What I would like to say is that you have to pray.
Yeah, you
have
pray.
to lay this thing before the Most High, because He
Yes.
can turn things around. But a lot of times you may be in a situation to where the marriage should have never happened in the first place. And I think most of you may know if that is the case.
Yeah. You know, Sarah said a very powerful thing that made her husband say, okay, look here, woman, I ain't trying to get into no trouble, with Yah over you. Sarah told him, she told him, she said, let Yah judge between me and you. And Abraham was like, whoa, wait a minute. If you want to beat that maid, go right ahead, take her, beat her, whatever. She is your maid. Okay, whatever you want to do. I find that kind of funny.
Yeah.
You know, that particular story. It's kind of, the screen is acting up a little bit. I'm hoping it doesn't go out.
Yeah, they did say that it was buffering.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on here that it keeps doing this. But
out of date equipment is what's going on. But we shall continue on. We're not going to be before you long. We just hadn't dealt with the marriage issue in a while. But many of our topics or discussions are more so for those who are trying to enter into marriage. We will get into those who, like this one, Cloud 9, this is for those before you enter and those who are already married. But many of them, we want you to consider these things before you even enter into marriage.
yes.
Do you love this person? Do they love you? It's so many things to consider before you say I do. We apologize for the feedback that you're getting on the video. As long as you can hear us, we are going to continue on.
Exactly.
I think what's going on too.
The problem. It looked like it was trying to do some type of scam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think what's going on too is many of us are forgetting the time that we're living in, where the enemy is launching attacks at every aspect of your life. So to think that he's not going to attack marriage is not realistic. Every aspect of our lives are being attacked, and marriage is one of those things, because that strong union of marriage represents something very righteous.
Yes.
You see, it represents the family in heaven, and so the enemy wants to knock that down and divide it as much as he can. And so that's what's happening. He wants to destroy the whole family structure.
Yes.
From the inside out.
One thing I want to say is that marriage is two people becoming one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And if either of the two don't understand that, it just ain't gonna work properly, right? It's they two shall be one flesh. When was this prophesied? In the beginning, when they were created, when Adam was first created, this was prophesied. They two shall be one flesh. Now, what does that mean? It means that if this is my wife and it called her my helpmate, and I say, you know what, I'm going to put a wall between me and her, that's like cutting myself up the middle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's like trying to get through life with one leg and one arm and one eye and a half a nose and a half a mouth. That's what it's like. And so, that being said, you got to understand what that means.
And when you don't understand what that means, this is why you have a lot of marriages that are failing. You have men and women who fall out of love with each other. That was a whole other subject that we were going to cover. But it's really sad when you witness two people falling out of love with each other. I spoke of something that I witnessed as a child where I had a family member who actually would cuss when her husband was coming home. I was a teenager, and I remember seeing that, shaking my head like, man, you know. She would see him pull up, look out the window, and she would say, D-A-M, you know, he home. And I said, man, I knew marriage wasn't supposed to be like that.
Yes, exactly.
You know, but when it gets to the point where you don't want to see him or you don't want to see her, that is a bad place to be.
Yes, it is.
I don't care if my husband just run around the corner to the store or any little thing. I can't wait to see the van pulling back up.
Yeah.
That's how I
Matter of fact, I go to leave, I'll be like, oh, baby, why don't you come and go with me? And sometimes she may be, well, honey, I'm kind of in the middle of this and now this and that, and I really didn't feel like going to the store. Oh, come on, baby, go to the store with me, you know? And she's the same way. She don't go nowhere unless I go with her pretty much. And unless we just making a really quick run. Okay, well, let me make this quick run. You know, but other than that, we really enjoy each other's company a lot. And that's the kind of marriage, that's the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to enjoy each other's company. You ain't supposed to be like, oh man, I need to get away. You know, there's something wrong. If you feel like you got to get away like that, you need to check yourself. You need to check your heart. You need to find out what's going on. I hate this buffering that it's doing. It's doing buffering really bad.
Yes, it is.
No sound, feed is distorted. It sure is. I don't know what's going on with this. It's got the fan on. It's not overheating. It has been on some time, but it's not. It's a little warm under there, but the fan is on.
Our apologies yet again, family.
Yes.
If it ain't one thing, it's another with this equipment of ours. Yes.
It's almost time for me to get a new laptop, I'm thinking.
Okay, so family, we're experiencing this feedback and we don't know why. Yeah, we're gonna have to just do something different with the camera, perhaps.
I think it has something to do with the
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Testing. Okay, they should be able to hear us now. Can you hear us okay now?
Let us know. Visual but no audio. Can't hear anything.
Audio should be on now.
Okay, so it's back.
Okay, sound is back.
It's back.
Okay, yeah, it's just very distorted. Almost act as if a signal the internet signal is really weak. See it?
Yes, earlier today it was going in and out, so it could have something to do.
There must be something going on in the area
Mhm.
that's got the signal really weak.
Mhm.
That's exactly what's going on. The signal is weak.
Yes.
Mm,
Okay, family. Well,
yeah.
there's really nothing we can do about the internet signal. I forgot earlier today we were experiencing that where it was going in and out.
Oh, okay.
So that is possibly what is happening now. I guess we can go ahead and close this out instead of
Yeah.
putting you all through this.
Yeah. Well, we apologize for this, and next time I do have a hard line. When I get a chance, I'm gonna hook it up and run it. So we'll just use the hard line if we have to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, we apologize for this, and I hope that this shined a little light on marriage.
And coming down from cloud 9, you have to
Yes.
live afterward. After the honeymoon is over,
That's right.
you have however many years together.
That's right.
Hopefully, Yah will give us all long marriages, long lives, and all of that.
That's right.
And if you're in it for the long haul, you have to take everything that comes in between. I mean, there's so much.
That's right.
So much that comes with marriage that goes far beyond the honeymoon.
That's
you
right.
see.
Yeah, people they plan that honeymoon, they plan that wedding. Spend months and months planning that, but they don't plan nothing for the future.
Mm-hmm.
You see, and then they go into marriage. It's like, now what? You know.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, did you have anything else you want?
No.
Okay.
Love you, family.
We love you all.
Thank you for joining us.
Shalom.
Enjoy the rest of your evening.